My name's Anna, and this is the first time I've ever used Annie Sloan Wall Paint. So we're really playing off the fact that this building used to be a schoolhouse, and we're going for some graphite, which is basically chalkboard black, but graphite sounds cooler, so fair play, I would have named it that too. I actually got the Annie Sloan Wall Paint brush. I was just gonna go to like Lidl or something and get like cheap brushes, but it says Annie Sloan, so I need it in my life. And we're gonna see how well it works.
That is so satisfying.
This paint will cover almost anything with just one coat. You don't need to sand, you don't need to prime, and you just paint it straight on, and you don't even have to wax it or lacquer afterwards. And it's still, this says so on the tins. I'm going to read it to you from the tins, straight from the mouth. It's washable and scrubbable, and it has a quick drying time. It's claiming 40 minutes drying time, so that is amazing. And it's water-based, so you can actually water it down and get more paint out of the tin. Mistakes were made. I watered it down a little bit too much. So I mean, here's the virgin brush, and here's the very watered down paint. This isn't gonna work well. I will have to mix a little bit more paint and then I will get started. Anyway, I'm excited to get painting. My dad has set up the ladder, so I hope it's stable. And I'm gonna go find something to pour the paint into so I don't contaminate it with any particles or dust or anything. And I will see you on the other side.
It is a glorious wall of magnolia with some very interestingly placed stencils. At this point, if I had read the tin properly, I would have realized that you're supposed to actually tip the pot upside down so that the color mixes. Instead, I actually had to stir it for about 5 minutes. It's quite a textured wall. I didn't realize just how difficult it would be to get the paint into all the dimples. But you can see here that even when I have a lot of paint on the brush, I really have to dig the bristles in. So this is going to be a bit more work than I thought. 5 hours of painting later. It's the next day and I'm touching up the paint. I just wanted to show you the results of my stubbornness where I refused to use the roller. I just kept using the paintbrush, and you can see it's sort of left this look at how big it is compared to my hand. You can even see the stencil through a lot of these patches. So I have decided to just use the roller. So here we go. Right, let's just take that and just look at that. Oh, that's so satisfying. I should have just done this in the first place. But there we go, you live and you learn. So learn from my mistakes, just use the roller. And it's done.
So, what's the verdict? The wall paint wasn't as easy to work with as the chalk paint is, but to be honest, I've never actually painted a wall before, so I don't know if that's because walls are just hard to paint or if it's because the wall paint is a little bit more tricky. At the end of the day, I'm really pleased with how the wall turned out. My parents are pleased with how it turned out. Maybe everybody's just being nice because it took me so long to paint it, but I think that compared to any alternative products, I am still really happy with the amount of money that I paid for it. And there is so much paint left that we can still paint, all of the things. The paintbrush is looking a little bit worse for wear. I don't know if that's going to focus or not, but it has a new look. I was really, I don't know. There was some good stuff, there was some bad stuff. The comfort of it is great. It has a really good handle and a really good weight. Even though I painted for, if you take away the breaks, it must have been about 5 hours in one day, my hand wasn't sore. So that's a big plus. Getting into the grooves was really difficult. And in the end, I had to just use a roller. That might just be because it's a really dimpled stone wall. So I will try this again on a smooth wall and see how that turns out. You know, what can I say? I like the natural fiber brushes much better. Although I did say that it's water-based and you can water it down. Don't water it down. It messes everything up, just trust me. I think it's because of the extra properties, the fact that you don't have to wax it or lacquer it afterwards. There must be, you know, added things, magic, that make it a little bit difficult to water down. So save yourself the time, don't water it down. The coverage was still really, really good without watering it down. So it gave really good coverage. I do wish I had just used the roller to start with, but you know, maybe if you have better brush skills than me, you'll be fine. Just do what works for you. Don't do what I did and stubbornly use the brush for the entire thing and then have to go over it with a roller anyway. Just figure it, like patch test it. So it gave good coverage. I do wish I had used the roller. We hardly used any of the paint considering the size of the wall. It dried very quickly. Yeah, I mean, overall I'm really pleased with the way it looks. It has a lovely matte finish and I think it was really good value for money. The paintbrush, I'm still a bit 50-50. I mean, I will try it again, but I am swaying on the side of just get yourself a roller. But, you know, try what works for you. If you've ever tried Annie Sloan Wall Paint, I would love to hear your experiences, good and bad. I'm going to sum up all my thoughts and my do's and do nots in a blog post, so link in the description, and I will see you next week. If you like this video, please hit subscribe to get more DIY tutorials every week. I don't know. Ooh. Ooh. doesn't smell very nice.